like simple stuff. This is probably gonna take about 5 minutes on that part. So Arnell,
Yes, sir.
let's start you off, man. You're gonna get your perspective. I'm gonna get my perspective. The ladies gonna get they're gonna chime in. Do you think we should let them go first? Or
No, I want to hear from you guys. What
Okay,
you got
so-
to say
okay,
so we can
so-
correct y'all?
yeah. So
What you got to say so we
Which-
can correct y'all?
which yeah.
Okay, first off, where I'm gonna start at, I'm gonna start with slavery.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start there. A lot of times, what we had with the black family, you know, you can't protect your woman.
Right.
So that at that point, the white man can protect the woman better than the slave master can take care of the woman better than the black man could at that point, because you know he could come to your house and take your woman, and there was nothing you can do. And at that point, she looked at us and said, "Well, he can't take care of me, but this guy over here can." So now,
Master.
that's right. And so that's when it became, you know, that divide between us and them. You know,
That's when we first lost our
That's-
edge, and we
that's
didn't
right.
even know we lost it.
that's right.
We didn't even know we lost it.
That was the beginning.
We lost it again. World War II.
World War II.
World War II. 1945 is when the men came back from war. So you had all these women that were at home, that were homemakers, and keeping the household intact, taking care of the kids, cooking, keeping the dwelling intact. So now these men are going off to war to fight. These plants went from automotive plants to tank making plants and making bullets. So the Rosie the Riveter, that's the Rosie the Riveter era, and then those women go into the plants. They making money.
Right.
Not only they making money, they making more money than their husbands, their counterparts. These guys come back from the war, they're home. Nobody's at home cooking the meals, keeping the household, and guys forgot how to be men.
Okay.
Because the way that most men were raised was, the man pays the bills, he do this, he do that, he protect the household, he do this. So now the woman is doing the same,
Both roles.
the same duties, the roles. So now it's a battle, becomes a competition.
Okay.
So now the women, I guess these men possibly wanted these women to come back home. So no, they getting a check. What am I gonna go back home for? So then that began the great divide. So ever since then we've been at each other's throat. And I think that's just talking about the history of, as far as male emotions, regardless of what y'all think, ladies, we do have feelings. We have feelings. We are human. But we're not allowed to feel. It all starts in childhood. As a young boy, you're told not to cry, to toughen up. Don't feel like this. Don't be sad. Everything's got to be like tough, like Tonka truck built. So you carry that through your manhood, but on the inside, you really you're emotional wreck because you can't even release. And this is something that a lot of women don't realize too. Why men won't talk to women about their emotions or their feelings, because they get thrown back in their face in the heat of an argument or a battle or a point of get back. And so once you do that to your man or to your brother or to your son, guess what's gonna happen? Even your male best friend or your whoever that you're supposed to be a listening ear, you throw that back on him and it boomerang. Oh man, guess what? You're not getting nothing else.
Shut down.
No more.
Shut down. Completely shut down.
Completely shut down.
We're talking about what it is. It's like once guys out there, you may want to show your emotions to your spouse or your significant other, but a lot of times what happens is when you do show that emotion, she see you as being weak, but she constantly asks you, why don't you open up? Why don't you tell me how you feel? There's a limit to how much we can actually share, because there's those walls, and for some strange reason, they expect us to be tough, rough and tough, and
all the time,
like Byron was saying, like we were saying, toughen up, boy, get up, stop, quit crying.
I know your leg broke. You better not cry.
Exactly.
You better not cry. You got a
there.
broke leg.
Right.
Only girls cry. And here's the reason why a lot of guys, so now I'm going to delve in a little further as far as the emotion. A lot of guys become mama's boys for one of this particular reason. I'm not saying mama's boys, I approve of it, but that's the one woman that will listen to him.
That's right.
You know, entirely and tell him, hey, look, it's going to be all right.
Do you know what? There's a point when, why can't your significant other love you like she loves her son or her dad? Those are the only two people. Well, the pastor.
Oh,
those three guys, they elevate to the next level. They love them unconditionally. But the rest of us, shoot.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because they don't trust us. They don't trust you. They don't trust you. Not saying that you're not worthy of being trusted. It's like if the woman comes from a strong background of men,
right?
You have to be in alignment with the men of the ideal men that she has in her head, like her pastor or her brother or her father or her grandfather. Okay. If that guy, here's the thing, ladies, I'm gonna give you a news flash. If he's not in alignment, and it's obvious that he's not in alignment, not your idea of alignment, but if he's not in alignment, don't try to rebuild this dude. Get rid of him.
Right.
Find you somebody that's on the same accord as you are. The other part of that too is like you can get more information out of a man just by listening. Listening is half the battle. If you listen to him and you cater to his needs, not his ego, that's something different. To his needs, and you enter this man. And truth be told, in the book of Ephesians, I don't know what chapter it is, but I know in Ephesians it talks about man is supposed to give a woman love, and a woman's supposed to give a man respect. And respect to us equates to love. So if you're constantly disrespecting your man, he does not feel loved. So that's just real talk. And that's just real talk. I mean, I don't know the way around it. The other thing is too, that one thing that I've learned, you'll never know what a woman is thinking, but she's always going to tell you how she feels. But a man is going to always tell you what he's thinking.
That's right.
But he's not going to tell you how he feel. And he sometimes he will tell, but if you take his feelings, them feelings, it's like a newborn baby, and you take it and you throw it on the floor, that's damage. Yeah. That's damage. Or you take whatever he's told you and his feelings, and he cry in front of you. I don't advise any man crying in front of this woman, man. I'm just going to tell you, unless it's a funeral, I mean, dude. And even then, some women out here will still judge you for that because they look at that as a point of weakness. I'm not saying men shouldn't cry, but if you can, try not to cry in front of your woman. Unless it's, totally impossible. Hey, look, if y'all got some comments, call in 248-854-9850. Let's see what we got going online here. Dan, you wanna touch in on this? How you feel about that as a wife, and seeing a man or a brother or a husband or a father emotional?
I can honestly count on one hand how many times I've seen my dad cry, and it was like serious involvement of something in regards to my mother's health. That played a role in it. Losing his brother. Yeah. That played a big part of it. Who was really his brother-in-law and his best friend. I think that was the first time I saw my dad cry, and I was like 12, 13. It was odd. It was something that I wasn't used to. My husband, I could probably count on maybe twice that I've ever seen my husband break down and cry. And again, it was due to a loss of someone or being just totally frustrated with something. And even then, him being the man he is, I wasn't allowed to look at him. So it was like, that hug, but it was like I felt it. Yeah. And I just hugged him because I wanted to, I felt that my hugging him could take whatever pain away from him that there was. And I was being supportive. There's times where I broken down and he didn't break down because I was such a mess. But he had to be the strong one. And I felt bad. And it was like, okay, all right. But he was just determined to be that strong force. I remember one time a guy telling his grandson, he said, "Man up, boy," because the baby was crying. And I just looked at him and I'm like, you realize what you just told this 4-year-old? You told him to man up, boy. Yep. It's like, it starts right there.
Yeah, it does.
And the baby dried his eyes. And, he had to be tough. And I'm like, that's not really fair. I don't think you guys have it fair at all, because we want you to be sensitive, but not so sensitive that, we're like, okay, he can't take care of me. He's a punk. He's too emotional. Now, don't get me wrong. I have met some guys that are just like, you cry about everything. It's like come on, I really do need you to man up. And it's the thing of where they play the blame game. And it's usually narcissistic men, where it's like it's everybody's fault. It's not their fault on anything. And then they're just bawling. And it's like, are you serious? So I think there's a level of, yes, show your emotion and please be emotional. But at some point, be a man about your emotions. Does that make sense? It's like you're crying because someone doesn't like you. It's like, okay, that's a female move right there. That's not a grown-up deal.
Go ahead.
So I mean, it's just really true. It's like, yes, we want you to be able to express your emotions, but let them be real emotions. Let it just not be, I'm just crying because, you're going to give me sympathy.
Well, my question is now, Miss Danny, okay, why do I have to put a limit on whether or not I cry or when I cry? If you're asking me for emotions, why can't I just show my emotions all the time? Why do I have to put certain emotions on the shelf and then certain emotions I'm allowed to go with?
I guess my thing is, if it's valid emotions, if you're hurting because something has been done directly to you physically, or if you lost your heart, or if but I truly do. I know somebody who has a man where it's like, I don't feel like, your family is involving me in things, and he'll bust out crying. And it's like, okay, seriously, like at what point are your emotions valid, or if it's just for show because you want attention for that? I guess that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, if it's something that's valid and yes, you're hurting, yes, definitely be real about it, but don't use it as a point of just trying to get attention.
How can you define what is valid and what is not valid to another person, though?
I agree. That's the point I was going to make. And I'm going to add to that the question that he has. Also, too, why is it that women can cry at the drop of a dime? I mean, women cry of course, at funerals, weddings. I mean, dudes should be crying at bachelor parties, but we don't, we enjoy ourselves. I mean, so why, why do we, I'm not saying that's what we do, but why?
But why
do y'all get to be the gatekeeper?
No, I'm not saying that we get to be the gatekeeper of that, because sometimes females, we overreact too, just for attention. And I guess it is more so given to.
What's that part you said again? He said it again. Y'all do what?
Sometimes women, they do this for attention as well, but it's just kind of expected because we are the more delicate of the men. But for men to just break down because they want the attention, I don't know.
That's different. I agree.
I think anybody can be an attention whore, whether you're male or female.
But
yeah, we understand.
Danny, you on the hot seat. You didn't know it, but you on the hot seat, baby.
I know.
Give us some answers.
Lorenzo, help me out.
No. We ain't taking no calls from Clarissa. No, I'll just let Clarissa call in. All right, so here we go. We're going to ask some more Fuel to Fire. We're going to get your back up in here, Tamisha.
Thank you.
Get your back up. Get her back up.
What do you want?
You ain't paying attention to nothing we said.
I'm over here working,
you're doing
boss.
exactly what we talking about later in the section.
I'm over here working.
You texting your boo.
No, I'm not.
You got the phone all up on
This is our studio phone, and I'm over here working.
What did Danny say?
Danny said that love is love. Love on a person while you can.
No, she didn't. She talking about dudes crying. See, you ain't paying attention. You see your girl? She ain't got you.
But I promise I'm trying. I hear you.
Wow,
and I'm not purposely. I'm trying to keep up.
You're working.
Okay, I got you.
That's
I got you. Hey, y'all call in 248-854-9850. Get Tamisha some work to do because she's doing other things with her thumbs right now. She's not even backing her girl up. She still ain't backing her up.
I am. Okay, ask the question. I'm ready. Ask what was the question?
I'm gonna paraphrase it. Danny said sometimes guys will. There's some guys that will cry unnecessarily to get attention.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's true? I mean, how do you feel about guys that are like oversensitive, over emotional?
Yeah. Man up. Ain't nothing wrong with crying, but if it's all the time, get man.
So what is manning up? I'm just asking. I mean, I don't
suck it up. We gotta suck it up. We want to cry all the time. We can't.
You damn right. Y'all always crying.
I can't cry. I can't. I got boys. If I cry in front of them, they act like the world coming to an end. I can't cry.
So what do you tell your sons?
What, when I cry, or if it's nothing, I'm okay. Some majority of the time, I tell them, when I cry, I be happy. It's a happy cry or something.
Okay. All right. So do you say, like, for example, God, I'm going there. When your son broke his leg, it's a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. Did you console him? Did you tell him suck it up?
No, I consoled. I was going through the battle with my son before his leg got broken. God slowed him down.
Oh, no,
he talked to me real ugly, and he ran off into traffic. I'm talking about this was within 3 weeks, and God slowed him down. Oh, okay. So this was our first time seeing each other. Oh, when I got the call. So when I bent that corner, he was like, Mom, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. That's all he kept saying. I told him, don't worry about that, But I knew it was broken. I suffered an injury like that also. So I knew it was broken. Yeah. And, I tried to hold on, So men supposed to cry, right?
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with crying.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with crying.
Okay.
But valid crying.
Go ahead.
She said
valid crying.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the problem that I have with you saying, Danny. You give me a checklist, and we're dating. Just saying.
No.
Okay. No, wait. I'm going somewhere with this. Because I never heard of valid crying. Women cry whenever the hell they want to. I mean, y'all do.
I wish I could. I'd be ready to cry. But I cry.
But the point I'm trying to make is
I'm a cry baby. I will cry within the drop of a dime.
Listen, here are times, these I'm going to give you valid reasons why when dudes can cry. Okay? Death in the family.
Yes.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Sports team loss. I cried yesterday.
The Lions. I stopped crying on the Lions, man. You'll need rehab. The sports team. Yeah. Some dudes, especially, bet a lot of money.
Wow.
If I tell you what. God, all right, we're gonna let them in. Your kids be defiant, and they not really following the path that you gave them. You don't cry in front of them. It's one of those things that you do. It's like, damn, they're not being what I raised them to be. They're not doing. As a man, we go through that.
Yes.
Those are valid tears.
Valid tears.
Anytime you drink Hennessy, I'm sorry, it's gonna happen. I don't care who you are. I don't want to drink Hennessy no more, man.
Fucking mess.
Hennessy, you'll drink Hennessy, and women, you be ready to fight. Man, I was and they see, you crying because Hennessy has truth serum. Okay, wait a minute. I got one more. And a very, very, very good orgasm. Okay? Very good orgasm. But it can't be like no boo-hoo. It's like that one little hot tear, just like, but you got to wipe it quick.
Like that movie tear.
Yeah, just
that movie tear.
But it just keep coming out. And if she see that, you're done.
Okay, I mean,
not in a bad way. So those are valid
tears. I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question about the man tears. Okay, so this is my thing, and this is because I deal with a person, on a regular, where it's like you want to loss. I got it. If you experience a loss of anything, finances or heartbreak, I got it. But to sit there and want to cry on your woman's shoulder because you felt your feelings got hurt because somebody said something.
Yeah, that's not valid.
Just suck that up. Because it's true. I've seen it plenty of times. I had a coworker who would cry because the company didn't value his work ethic. And he would sit there and cry. And it's like, are you serious? And at that point, I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to be professional, but please man up right now. Those are things that was just like, this is life, honey. This is real life. This is real. This is what happens. So I guess things that were I was raised by a grown man. I married a grown man. It's like certain things you just get through it. It's life, So it's like to sit there and to cry about it or to Mitch up about it. I said Mitch. It's just kind of like
that was close. That was close.
But
that was good though. I was like,
go ahead. My question is, right? Why isn't it a valid point? Maybe he was raised by women when the women cry and he just cry because he was raised by women. He was more emotional. He's more in tune to his emotions. Why do he have to be defined as a bitch? And I ain't gonna call him an itch. Shoot. Real about it, you know. So because he's not,
I should have
had my
but even some women do that. We don't bust out crying at work because somebody told us they didn't like our hair or they didn't like the way we did a report. We suck it up.
That's not true.
We still go. Well, this one, I can speak for me. I can't speak for all women.
Yeah, you're different.
And I can't speak for all men, but I'm just saying that it's like it should be for everybody. It's a time and a place, I guess.
Right.
I agree. But we should not control people's emotions. We shouldn't control people's emotions.
Well, I think some emotions need to be controlled because the more feminine these men get, the more feminine these men get.
We stand on task. We're not talking about them dudes. We're talking about regular guys.
There you go with that finger, Danny.
No. Regular guys. We're talking about regular guys. Look at
that hand.
We're not talking about bitches and bitches. That's another episode. We're talking about regular dudes. No, but you know, I will agree with you, Tamisha. There is a time and a place for everything. If you feel like you're getting a little emotional, remove yourself from the room, especially more so guys. Because I'm going to tell you something. I can't stand to see no woman crying all the time. Okay, we got a call.
Yeah. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, you sound like you're still eating that omelet, man. I
know, right?
You got some in the back of your teeth.
Man, that shit done, man. Shit's done. D-U-N, done.
What you got, man?
Oh, man. This is a pretty good topic this morning on the how men should always man up and don't cry and I'm in agreement with the whole part, you know, all that bitch moaning and complaining when things don't go your way as far as your job or, you know, just always whining. I'm not with that. But when you occur a loss of a loved one, or sometimes when things get like tough in life, you should be able to go to your significant other as a man, and you should be able to shed a tear.
Yes.
Right. See, we're caught up in this world where everybody wants to put on.
Mm-hmm.
Most men want to put on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got the right woman, hey, there should be no barriers. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree, man.
There should be no barriers. See, everybody, as I said, everybody wants to put on. Everybody wants to put on the front. Everybody wants to put on his face. Well, you know damn well everything that ails a black man is always buried deep within.
Yeah.
See, we don't want to let nothing out. We want everybody to think that we're tough, and a lot of us aren't tough.
Right.
And if you can't cry in front of your woman, or you can't take your problems to your woman, then let me inform you, you have the wrong woman.
Right.
Number one.
And she would know. She would know from the get go when something wrong with you.
I agree.
Trust me.
Exactly. But and then for a man to think that she would go back and laugh behind your back.
Oh wow.
And things of that magnitude. See, that's that 1989, 1990 when we was in high school stuff. Now I'm telling my age and shit.
That's all right though. but come on, so you got to admit, every woman that you're describing is not like the woman that that you describe. You know, even when you're getting to know somebody, you would hope that is the person. You know, because sometimes, man, arguments, man, strange things comes out in arguments. People start, you know, oh, that's why you cried last time when they repossessed your car. I mean, because I had to catch the bus.
But that's true.
Yeah.
But you should already know the woman that you're dealing with. You should have a feel for a woman that you're dealing with within the first 6 months.
It takes at least 2 years, man, to get to know almost half of the person. But what you're saying is right to a certain point. I'm just saying all women aren't that way. You know, if she's having a bad day, or she ain't really mad at you, she mad at something else. And you that target, and now something gets thrown in your face, because it happens. I agree with what you're saying.
If y'all are spiritually connected, y'all gonna know what's right and what's wrong. You gonna know when to react and when not to. You gonna know when she need her space. You gonna know when you need to go and hug her and embrace her. It's just that simple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody like to be tough. I think that's the problem. People need to love on each other a little bit more. Everybody want to be tough. Guys don't express how they feel about people, and that's why women go astray, because if you're not telling me how you feel or if it's right or something like that,
but if I tell you how I feel, make sure you're able to handle what I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying?
Dark tears are the worst tears. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those tears that are shed in the dark are the worst tears. I tell people like this: I have incurred losses in my lifetime.
Right.
I give you an example. My boy Mo Wingo, my boy June, my boy, my father. To this day, I still shed a tear. I wake up every morning and think about them. That's not a sign of weakness.
No, it's not.
That's just a sign. That's a sign of love. And
yes.
And here's the thing: as I said, a lot of people cry in the dark.
Yep.
When you cry in the dark, you're still suppressing your feelings. If you have a significant other, you're supposed to be able to express that to them. As I said, you crying because, like, even Byron, you said, somebody crying, they got their car repossessed. What the fuck you crying for? You bought that upon yourself.
Should have paid the bill.
And you knew it was coming.
But
exactly.
This is true. But there are situations. I mean, let's just. All right. So look, we're looking at things as if everything was perfect. Everybody's life is not perfect. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's life is not perfect. Now, I guess it's safe to say that we're all pretty established. We're seasoned. We done been to some things, and we're not just talking to our demographic. We're talking about like younger folks that are coming up. If like Clarence, you give them some great advice. If you're a young man or a guy that's in a newfound relationship, if she can't support you in your emotions, your feelings, you are with the wrong one. And we all have been in that situation.
Period.
We all have been in that situation. So if you still with that person, she ain't the problem or he ain't the problem. You the problem.
I was about to say.
Exactly.
You the problem.
You become the problem.
Keep it stepping. I mean, Arnett, did you want to say something?
No, I'm fine. I'm listening.
Go ahead, Tamisha. You were saying something. I'm sorry, we kind of cut you off. You were saying something about the. I guess we'll touch on the Mitches and the bitches real quick. And these sensitive guys that effeminate or feminine.
Yeah.
Effeminate and feminine.
I cannot say that word.
No. You said Mitches. Arnell said bitches. So I put them together. I fused them together.
That's like, I did not say that. I did not say that.
I don't know, Danny. You say he's going to be drinking at the cabin this week. I don't know. It slipped out.
Danny said Mitches. Danny didn't say Mitches.
Yeah, I know. I said she said Mitches. We don't need your help co-sign. We heard what she said.
Right.
She said Mitches.
But
I'm a good girl.
I'm gonna give y'all another thing that us as black people, we have to stop saying.
What's that?
Because I've seen it. I've seen quite the opposite. We got to stop thinking that just because a black man is raised by a woman, she's not strong. The man's not strong.
Right.
I've seen too many black men that have been raised by black women that are sometimes stronger than cats that have been raised by both parents.
Yeah, that's right. That's real.
You got more crybaby ass dudes out here that have grown up with both parents.
Mm-hmm.
You got more black men that are
spoon-fed babies.
They've seen their mothers endure the struggle, so that makes them strong. Yeah. And what they provide to the world is something great. Like I said, we got to stop. As black people, stop throwing jabs, and not just us, black people in general. Like from here to LA, from LA to Detroit to New York, we got to get this perception out of our head that he weak because he was raised by his mom and he didn't have his daddy. That's not true.
That's
right. Or they want to make you feel bad because you ain't got a number behind your name. Bull crap.
But let me interject too. Is that I also feel like I've heard the story time and time again from other black men who've said, well, I wasn't raised with my father. I wasn't raised. And it always would be a turnoff. It always would irritate me because I know my husband, his father died when he was 3. But also his homies, it's like, I promise you, he has like 12 disciples because it's like so many of them who like from the cradle to the grave, is a lot of them. But a lot of them, it was like maybe 1 or 2 had their fathers who were active, but they still became grown men. They still got their education. They didn't go to jail. They didn't feel the need to sell drugs. They didn't feel the need to, because they had a community and they were raising each other. The youngest one of the bunch is probably almost 30. They took to him because his older siblings were out there, but they rallied and took to him, and now he works, he's in the FBI. He works for the FBI, and he, but they groomed him.
That's good.
So they took him in. They paid for his, books in college and stuff like that. And he's married, has a family, and he's doing really well. So it's like they looked out for him and they looked out for one another when their fathers weren't there. So I think that's a bunch of bull of I'm like this because this is the way I was raised, or I missed out on, or I missed. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a man, but I feel like sometimes that's just a coping. That's just something that they throw out there.
That's just something that they used to say. Let me interject that. I'm gonna give you a prime example of this brother right here. He grew up partially. But,
my father died when I was young.
Yeah. So tell your story, man.
No, I'm parent of a single parent home.
Yeah.
Pretty much. My thing is, we all need counseling. The one thing that we don't ever look at is the fact that we don't go to counseling.
Yeah.
And everything is brought back on us. I wasn't saying that because you come from a single family home that you're weak. I was just saying that you may be a little sensitive because of the fact that because you see that person, you see your mother cry and stuff like that, your sisters cry. You might be a little bit more sensitive. I was never saying that a man couldn't be sensitive and at the same time be a man. Or be raised by a woman and not be a man. I was always saying that, right. I was just saying that would maybe be the reason why that person may be so sensitive.
Right.
That person, that I was never saying anything like that.
No, and I wasn't indicating that you were. My nephews, their father passed away when they were pretty young. My brother-in-law, he passed away from cancer. My sister had to raise 3 young men, and they're doing great. They're awesome, and I'm probably biased because they're mine, but they are amazing. So no, I don't think that I wasn't indicating that that's why they're sensitive, but they are more in tune with the fact of females because they were raised by one predominantly. Right. They were primarily raised by a female.
All right, so look, we're going. Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying like how I have ran into guys, older gentlemen who are just like, well, I didn't have a father in the home, and this is why I got locked up such and such time. This is why I sold drugs to feed. And it was like, come on, man. It's like, come on.
That has something to do with it, though. We're not going to completely log that out. That has something to do with it, but you don't wear it as a badge of an excuse.
Exactly.
If you have more strong men in the household or in that person's life, it don't even have to be the father. It can be a big brother. That's a great example. A grandfather, uncle, even a neighbor. Sometimes that point of influence can help that young man to get on the right path.
Right.
And let's just be real. Even when you do the interviews, you hear the interviews with Shaquille O'Neal. He talks about how his father wasn't there. Dennis Rodman, Ray Lewis, LeBron James. Them guys, even though they're wealthy, their mothers helped raise them, they still say that they are missing something. And the pain, the teary-eyed. His stepfather raised him.
His stepfather.
Yeah. But he still has a little bit of that. They still have a little bit of that bitterness. I mean, and that's human emotion. Why didn't my dad stay around to help me? Not saying that it was all the dad's fault, because sometimes the parents just don't get along. Maybe the mama was intolerable. Yeah. Maybe there was some mental illness or some health in there, or maybe the father was just an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
But what, Byron?
Yeah.
Some of them guys, like, I tip my hat to LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron's probably one of the best fathers I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. He up there, man. He's up there. For real. And he didn't have a father.
He ain't passing our fathers, because our fathers were A1.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But to come from where he came from, to have seen what he's seen, never heard one thing about that man doing anything bad as far as his wife. And he loves them kids. He supports his kids. He takes time out
he does.
From his schedule he's there to support Bronny. He supports supports his youngest son, his youngest daughter. He's just there for them. He understands what
he gets a lot of flack too, man.
A good father, because he didn't have a father. He said he didn't even know his father.
Yeah.
How sad is that, Byron? Yeah. We knew our fathers, bro.
Yeah.
And he don't get enough accolades neither, because you never saw him in the newspaper cheating on his African American wife or nothing like that.
Yeah.
He always stayed.
But the media gives him a hard time. They say he's too. This is white media.
Yeah.
They said, well, he's too involved in his kid's life. First of all, it's like now he's too involved, whereas fathers before Where's his father?
Yep. And he didn't take his money to Africa or some other country. Inside the United States of America, he sent kids to college, full rides and everything. So
check this out. I was watching a football game last night. I can't remember the kid's name. Plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. And
is it Patrick Mahomes?
No. This kid, he's a receiver. He has a hyphenated name, but the white announcer said
Clyde Hilaire.
Yeah, he said this kid, I know, I knew Clemson would know. He said this kid is giving honor to his biological dad and his stepdad with a hyphenated name. His biological dad and his stepdad name on the back of his jersey. So this young guy's had an opportunity to be raised by two great men. Mm-hmm. I thought that was dope. You know what was even more better than that was the white announcer acknowledged it, man. I was like, wow, that was deep, man. That was deep. All right, so look, we're gonna cut into something else, man. Hey, Danny.
Yes, sir.
You over there drinking yet?
Don't do it, Danny.
Hey, look, we're gonna give you a little segment here. You got some jokes for us? What you got?
Oh man, yeah, I actually do got something to talk to y'all about for a quick second.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Now, I had the opportunity of getting a year older last week. I was tripping because I told my dad, I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my 41st birthday. So he was like, why don't you try turning 44?
Oh.
So I was really kind of, Daddy kind of spun me, kind of hurt a little bit. But the beauty is that I found out that I was actually of age now, that I qualified for a shot. I was able to do a shot. Yeah. It was the vaccination shot for shingles.
Oh, man. Hey, look, she said a shot. My mom started one. What'd you drink? What? A vaccination.
I'm used to working with, senior citizens, right? So I've always worked with senior citizens for independent housing or whatever. And I kind of miss working with the seniors. But it was crazy because even now, like, they're keeping the kids, their grandkids. These are real senior citizens. Like, they're not grandmothers who are not 40 years old and you're a great grandmother. They up there in age. So but I don't know if that's a good thing though, because like this one little boy, Ronnie's birthday was the same day as mine. And I was like, Ronnie, you're gonna be 7 tomorrow, right? He was like, well, if the Lord sees fit. I'm like, Ronnie, you're turning 7, baby. You're turning 7.
Hanging around his grandma too.
Wow. Yeah. So then when his mother came to pick him up, he was leaving out. And I was like, Ronnie, it was really nice seeing you. He's like, well, it's better to be seen than viewed. I'm like, oh my God. 7, you worried about
somebody
gout.
Get that little boy some friends.
You worried about catching gout. I don't know. So, but yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. About
That's pretty good. Hey, everybody give it up for Danny. That was good.
But if you want to hear more of my crazy shenanigans and my Dannyisms, you can always catch me on www.dannyhaha.com. It's my website.
Hey, Danny, you funny for real. You really funny.
Very funny.
You funny for real, yeah. All right, so look, Danny. Yeah, hey, so Danny, since you on the road, go ahead and start us off with this. All right, so I don't know. How long should sex last, including foreplay?
Oh yeah. That was actually something I get people on different social media platforms. They like, oh, ask this question. We want to know. So they wanted me to ask you guys exactly how long should it last? What's too long? What's like too long? Including foreplay. What's too long, fellas?
What's foreplay?
No, just sex in general, including foreplay.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
Do you get breaks? Like, do you get a 15-minute?
You get the breaks beat off for
intermissions.
Yeah. And the 30-minute lunch, I'm just trying to figure out.
Wardrobe changes.
What is you doing?
I think foreplay should last. Foreplay. I mean, okay, so foreplay, sex and foreplay.
Right, that's a hard question.
I think
it varies from person to person. Though.
Yes, and here's the thing.
Solid question.
If
it's 21, 22, the best minutes. I'll give you the best that I got, like Anita Baker, 21, 22 minutes.
You say seconds.
It depends on what happened.
Minutes, okay.
Like what type of
it depends on how old a person
was
is
in
too.
Before.
No, how old a person is.
Yeah, age plays into it.
Oh,
Well, I'm just saying, let's be real. Let's be real. You just turned, 47? So you probably gonna need, for every year that you add, that's another 10 minutes of foreplay. I'm 50. It's 5 hours, baby. Foreplay. No, you know what? I think it comes down to like you said, it's a person. Go ahead, man. Elaborate.
Well, my thinking is it's like warm up. First.
Yeah, he said that. The warm up.
Don't just jump in there because I think it should last as long as it's wet.
Ooh, there we go.
Great answer.
Yeah,
Great
answer.
answer.
He put some water on it. Yeah. Hey man, you can't stop that. You got all our attention.
That's it, Darnell.
I'm
Go ahead, man.
No.
So how do you get it? How do you get it to get it wet?
You warm it up.
You warm it up. Microwave? What do you do?
Like once again, you might want to put a little spit on it. And you'll kiss
right.
it.
Amen.
Amen. Clarissa, get out here.
He said heat it up. That's what I heard of him.
Sometimes you gotta put a little tongue on it.
Yeah, put a little tongue on it.
Okay, that's weird. That's brother. Hang up, please. Hang up. My brother, hang up.
Daddy said she about to hang up.
Say that's my brother.
She about to call us. I need you to get on for lunch real quick. Hey, yes, I mean it takes as long as it takes. Right. I think if you like the person, if you into the person, it should take as long as it takes. But if you don't really care for the person, what the hell is foreplay?
I don't like them.
Hey, don't turn your car off. You pull up, leave the car running, come in the house. Matter of fact, don't walk the door. Walk in backwards.
It's a race.
Don't close the door. What you close the door for? You ain't gonna be here long.
Byron.
Bye.
You think you get these thoughts from me?
Listen, I'm just saying.
He don't care.
Listen,
he don't care.
Okay, all right, look, let me give a little disclaimer.
You want to Netflix and chill for a minute?
Netflix and chill.
Say that's around 2 hours. No, thank
chill
you.
in our car, man.
No,
I gotta.
I didn't even watch the whole movie.
Nah. I ain't making it through the whole movie, man. It's not gonna happen, man. The credits might roll. Hey, after you hit press play, hey, that's when the festivities start. But let me get this disclaimer though. I don't want y'all thinking that I'm like a hit and run king. I used to do that shit when I was younger, man. Like now I'm older. Tamish, don't get that face. Don't do that shit. Don't do that.
Straight to the camera, like I'm listening.
Don't do that. I'm looking at you.
Y'all listening?
Don't do that. No, I'm a gentleman.
Can I say something?
No, you can't. No, you
for
can't.
the women that are like Tamisha, I think intimacy, the foreplay.
I wasn't done talking. I was trying to give my spiel.
Okay,
be quiet, woman.
I'm sorry.
All I was saying, I'm just trying to get my disclaimer, man, that I'm not this asshole that everybody make me out to be.
I was quiet until you said my name.
Okay, yeah, I am an asshole. I am. I pride myself on that, but I am a gentleman, and I'm a nasty gentleman. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to get no trouble. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
I don't even remember.
All the women that were like Tamisha that like sausages.
No. I don't like all sausages.
I didn't say you did. I said all the women that like you that like sausages.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. Sausage.
I think that foreplay is huge. Yeah. I think it's very huge.
The foreplay or the sausage?
Intimacy. Before the sausage. I mean, all type of stuff can happen and occur before then.
Like what? This is your time to teach these men that don't know what needs to be done.
No, that's not. No.
Come on.
I think actually,
Come on. Like, so you just want to figure it out.
No.
A good conversation could be foreplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to mention, holding the hands or a nice drink. You don't have to. It could be the setting, everything like that. It don't have to be
nice drink, Grand Marnier.
Hey, I like.
Hey, everybody got the drink. So what's your drink that Danny? What's your drink that gets you ready? Is it milk, orange juice,
I was just told recently, my husband just told me recently that any dark liquor takes me there. I didn't know this. I truly, I didn't know that. He was like, liquor. He said dark liquor gets you quicker. I didn't know this.
Right. This is beautiful.
He told this, and then it explains why he was always giving me cognac. But
that's all right.
Yeah,
yeah, drink this.
Right.
That's all right.
Do y'all remember the drink with the Hypnotic and Hennessy? An Incredible Hulk.
Oh, Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that Joker right there.
Man.
It was like a never miss.
Yeah.
Because it would take the ladies there.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes.
It's almost as good as weed.
Yeah. It just they panties would just fall right
like,
off.
Wow.
Just fall
right
off.
The saying was Grey Goose keep her loose. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can give her the wrong stuff too, man. And then she turned into like somebody real violent. You're like, you know what? I was trying to hit. I wasn't trying to get hit. I mean, damn. You know, anybody try to do all that. All right, so look, we're going to get out of there. We only got a few minutes left. I like this one right here. It says, what do you do if you take her out on a date and she's looking at her phone and texting on social media the whole time? What do you do?
Been there. No, I was there on a date with this lady, and she spent most of her time either with her arms folded and on her phone. It's like if that person was just there for the meal. She wasn't there for me, get to know me.
What y'all gonna eat?
We should have went to White Castle. Because we're talking about if you're, through the course of a meal, we're talking, we're communicating, we're learning one another. Yeah. If we're not learning one another, why are we here? If you're closed off, with the arms folded, that means you're closed. You're
not communicating.
There you go. It's a verbal communication. I'm not interested in you. I just want the freaking meal.
Damn.
Man, that's crazy.
Would have left her hungry self right there.
There you go.
Oh, no, separate
Okay.
Right.
Switch it over though.
I would have just walked out, dine and dash.
Yeah.
No.
Leave her right
Yeah,
there.
I did. I texted him though. I texted him. I sent him a text. I sent him a text message, and I was like, yeah, I'm leaving the bathroom. I'm going home. Good day, and I left. So yeah.
Oh wow, that's gangster.
Good job.
That's
Good
gangster.
job.
Did you climb out the window?
Right to the point.
You climbed out the window?
Beating around the bush.
No, I walked out the front door, and then I had my ride come and pick me up. And
Wait, what? You did?
But she at the moment
She had
went to
her
the
ride
bathroom,
pick her up.
so she was
I
texting
ate
at the
first,
same
though.
time.
You already knew that date was
But I
bad
ate
before it
first.
started.
She was texting too,
Yeah,
and she had
I ate
texted her
first.
ride.
yes,
about that.
I ain't mad at
Oh
you.
yeah.
Man, that's
She
so
texted her ride.
inappropriate.
I'm like, this is
Yeah,
some
I
bull
think it's
cracking.
very disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was. It was rude.
You know what? For me, have I ever been there?
I think 9 times out of 10, the reason why we be on there on the phone all the time and
Bored.
playing games is because we bored. So when you have the presence, lady, of a gentleman, a nice gentleman in front of you, put that shit down.
Yeah,
and
because
enjoy your
whatever's
view.
going on that phone is not important. It's
Yeah,
just
put it
moment
down
right
for
now.
a
You might be
minute.
missing out on your
Maybe it's
husband.
just habit forming too.
Right.
Yeah.
In all fairness, in my case, he was arguing with his baby mama, and I was like, "Whoa, wait
yeah,
a minute!"
yeah,
like
that was
Right.
that was about
Like,
child
no
support.
trauma.
You got up out of there.
Hey, God showed you a sign, baby. Go.
Yeah.
It's time to go ahead and get up in the ride and bust on up. Say,
Heck
I'll holler
yeah.
at you on another time.
Okay, so look,
Yeah.
I'm
Another
gonna
time.
switch it up a little bit. Anybody ever had sex in a restaurant, in a bathroom stall? Tamisha,
I plead the
Hell
fifth
no.
and the second if the shit don't work.
No,
Tamisha, the
I have
kitchen,
never. No, I've never had. Well, at the park.
outside.
Yeah,
You
that's the
Yes.
nasty
loudest place.
person,
Yes.
you.
It was beautiful
Hey,
though.
sorry,
It was
I
in
know,
the
I've
garden.
been there.
It was in the garden. All I saw was flowers.
Football field.
What's the name of that
Football
restaurant?
field.
Wow.
That real expensive restaurant on over on Woodward. that
Oh,
we
the
all used to
Whitney?
go to.
It's the Whitney.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. You banged at the Whitney?
That was classy.
Huh?
God, man. You didn't even have to get no room.
You know they got rooms there, right?
Hey, bro, she pulled
Danny.
she pulled me into the stall.
Really?
Like, come to the bathroom. Like,
They got rooms there.
Danny.
hey,
Go ahead.
Exciting,
Danny
though,
and
wasn't it?
Tamisha got a side
It
conversation.
was
What
really
we were
You
talking
exciting.
about.
Danny,
It was
she
the
like,
best
you know
ever.
they got rooms there, right? They got rooms there.
Forget the room. You go in that bathroom. You saved about $300, man.
hey, I was just there for drinks and appetizers.
That's all right. Would you say appetize her?
After the drink.
That's all right.
You know,
I've done it in public places.
I like the beach. Bro.
Yeah.
I really like the beach.
The beach, yeah, the
Yeah,
beach
I
is
like
the
the
beach
beach.
is.
Balcony.
Yeah, it's
I've never tried.
Balcony.
kind of hard to get that sand out your ass, though.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even-
Especially if you're on a vacation and you do it on the beach. Don't nobody know you.
Here's the
They
worst
don't.
thing: do it on the beach, and then the people like you in a foreign country, and the people walk up to security at night, and be like, you can't do that here. You can't." I'm almost finished.
But I was
And they stand there and watch. I'm like, hey, you gonna stay there and watch? It's about to get ugly, dog. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. No eye contact. I'm gonna finish this, man.
Yeah. Don't look at me, little puppet.
Don't look at me. Don't touch me. Don't. You be like, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah,
You have to mess it up. Yeah.
But to have relations in a public place is more exciting because the thought of you may get caught.
Man, I did on a nature trail one time.
That's a major ticket.
It is not.
And you'll mess around and be on the sex offenders list.
Yeah, but see, I was doing it before it was
because having relations in public.
Yeah, even if you pee in public, you'll go down there to CSC 1, CSC 2.
But you know what,
man?
Yeah,
I can't even talk about
Listen,
these escapades.
I had a situation. I was in high school, Belle Isle, a little nature walk, and me and my little girlfriend at that time, we was out, man, daytime, a little picnic, and she wanted to do it, so we doing it. Didn't know that it was gonna be people. It was a whole white family walked up.
Wow.
I said, oh my God! I was like, that's what I'm saying. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Didn't stop. Nothing. They covering the kid's eye. The husband, he stood there looking. I was like, man, go somewhere, man. Shit. You trying to finish up?
Yeah, he was happy.
What they call the lady that be calling on people?
Oh, Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, Karen call on your ass.
Hey, you know what? Karen was like, when she got home, can you do what that young guy did in the woods? Can you take me back?
Or worse than that, start thinking about you while she having sex.
Oh, that's a whole nother time. Ooh, Lord. I need you to have more stroke. Go get that sausage out the refrigerator. You're not adding up. Just a little bit more.
Oh, Lord.
But, it's cool to be grown, though, man. It's cool to be grown. When you can look back over your life, man. Because some of the stuff, I was like some of the stuff I actually forgot about until we started talking about. I don't even know if I was supposed to even remember some of this shit. It was like, okay.
Well.
Tamisha, you got off easy today. You ain't really sharing that. But how was you looking at the flowers? What happened with the flowers? Was you face down on the flowers? Was you looking up with some tall flowers? You ain't get no real description. You just said you seen flowers.
I'm a writer.
A writer?
She was a writer.
Oh, a writer. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
So you had a panoramic view. You was like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Were you completely naked? Or just
Listen to them. Don't worry about that, Arnell Davis. Arnell.
Yes, sir. She's a writer. Y'all are so nasty. You know what? I don't know what to say about y'all. Corinzo, you got any closing comments, man, before we get out of here?
Man, all I can say is it's always a great Monday to be on the podcast and talk with y'all. And I look forward to this every Monday. And I can't wait to come to Detroit so I can come on the show. I'm going to have to drive up there because I ain't no damn way I'm getting on no plane at this present time.
Where you at?
I'm down in Atlanta.
Okay.
So
they got about 8 hours.
The numbers don't went up, Lorenzo. You stay there for a minute, baby.
Yeah, I'm not coming home. I was going to come home for Christmas, but I was advised not to because of the numbers. So I'm just going to enjoy. I'm going to do a lot of talking to people on the WhatsApp app and things of that nature. It's an odd situation for us all right now, but we're going to overcome it. We overcome everything. So what makes this any different? We just got to be patient and just pray. That's it.
All right,
I challenge y'all to a bake-off. I want to see something that y'all bake, something sweet, cupcake. It could be a pie or something. Post it on Thursday, Thanksgiving.
Let's do that.
Can Kroger bake it for me?
No, you got to try yourself. Everybody is challenged.
Danny, what you got?
Hey, just want everybody to just enjoy your holiday. Be safe, be thankful. Not just one day, but you got another 364. Please find something each and every day to be thankful for, even if it's just you just woke up.
Yes.
Amen.
I just want to say everybody happy holidays and be safe.
Happy holidays.
That Corona stuff is real.
Yep.
Yes. Please stay safe.
Drink Coronas, don't catch it. All right. So,
gobble, gobble.
Amen.
Yeah, what'd you say? Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Ooh. You know that? I'm going to leave that alone. Leave that alone. Hey, see y'all next week. Don't forget to go on Amazon.com. Check out all my books. Amazon.com/author Byron Williams. Peace.
Peace out. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Peace.